guys, so today I am filming a video all about my vegetarianism, and this was actually kind of requested. Like, I just get enough questions that I thought that I should just make a video about it. So I am going to start off by saying that I am not pushing you to become a vegetarian in any way, shape, or form, or change your diet at all, really. This is just what I eat and stuff, and people ask me kind of like about my diet. This also kind of pertains to like the health and fitness kind of aspect of it. This is what I eat, and this is like my diet-ish, I guess. I'm really not going to get into like everything that I eat, of course, because I do eat junk. It's not like all just, you know, organic and whatnot. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of tell you guys how I got into vegetarianism and how I eat and how I'm staying vegetarian. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I actually became a vegan in the 5th grade, and I did it for Lent. And so basically vegan is you eat no animal products at all, or really just don't use any animal products. Like, you wouldn't wear fur or anything. Some people are more into that than others. But when I was in 5th grade, obviously I wasn't like too hardcore about it. I completely went from eating meat and everything like that to just writing all of it off. And so no meat, no dairy, no eggs, milk, whatever. Anything that comes from an animal I did not eat. No fish, no anything. And then after I gave that up for Lent, when Lent was over, I remember I had chicken nuggets. Like, I remember eating them, and I was like, you know what, I'm eating these, and like, I just think that maybe I could be a vegetarian forever. Like, why don't I just keep going on with this, like, just without eating meat? So I was 11 years old, and I just was finishing my 5th grade year, I guess, and it was Easter, and I just like made the decision to not eat meat anymore. But I slowly went off from just not being like completely vegetarian. I am a pescatarian, and I know there's gonna be like a ball with that in the comments. People actually get genuinely mad at me when I kind of say that I'm a vegetarian. Honestly, okay, I am a pescatarian, which means that I eat fish, and so that's what I am. I'm not a full-on vegetarian, I'm a pescatarian, but it's just easier to call yourself a vegetarian to other people. Do you know what I mean? To other people, if you're just like, oh, I'm a pescatarian, they're obviously gonna be like, what's that? Kind of what I'm saying is like, I don't know. When people ask, I'm like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, but I eat fish. So technically I'm a pescatarian, but I also just kind of call myself a vegetarian. So it's kind of confusing, but yes, technically by name, I'm a pescatarian, not a vegetarian. So don't freak out over that in the comments. I know what I am, okay? I got into, I guess, going straight into vegan at a very young age because of my mom. My mom has not, I don't know the last time that she's eaten meat. She was kind of like my background of like coming into this. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of vegetarians were kind of like that, like from your parents. Like, if you grow up with it, I wouldn't really be surprised if you had that same like upbringing into the diet. But my mom showed me, and once again, I'm not trying to force it on you, but my mom showed me videos on how animals are actually killed to become a meal. And even when I was in 5th grade, it's not like traumatizing. Well, I wasn't like traumatized, but it was just like, oh, like, I don't want to eat that anymore, you know? And so, yeah, I saw that when I was in the 5th grade, and I think I watched Food Inc., and that was scarring, to say the least. And so then I was just like, I don't want to. It's not like I have anything against people who do eat animals or anything like that, but I like basically how they kill farm animals really like got to me, and so I just choose not to eat them, and it's really not that hard for me. And I get questions about it all the time. If I ever tell anybody that I'm a vegetarian, they have 1,000,005 questions. And I know I'm gonna get questions on why I choose to eat fish and not like be completely vegetarian, and that's mainly because, honestly, in my opinion, I don't believe that fish are killed nearly to the amount of cruelty that farm animals receive when they're killed. So it's not like I don't find it wrong, like, eating an animal. Like, obviously, like, fish are animals too, but I need to have some kind of protein in my diet. And yes, I do get protein from other supplements and everything like that, and other like sources, but I mean, eating fish is just, I don't know, it's just in my diet and that's what I do. So don't get like offended that like I eat fish, I don't know. Basically, I have been a vegetarian for almost 6 years and counting, so that's good. I get questions all the time on how I do it. People always ask me like, oh, don't you want to eat chicken? Don't you miss having a burger? And I'm just like, no. Yes, I've eaten meat before. Like, I remember the taste of meat. Like, I used to love eating meat when I was a kid. Like, I would eat it all the time. But now I just like, I don't know, it's just not in my diet. Like, I don't mind not eating it. I don't mind not eating chicken nuggets because there's chicorn, you know, there's tofu. I can eat whatever. But I mean, really, like, I don't understand why people think it's weird. I mean, most people don't think it's weird. Like, people are just like, oh, cool, yeah, that's nice. But people always have questions about it. So I figured, why not make this to kind of answer your questions? No, I don't miss eating meat. I never get the cravings to eat meat. I'm not like, oh, wow, that burger looks so good, I want it. But people often ask how I get protein in my diet, and that is through tofu. I do love tofu. Tofu is so good. Don't think that tofu is gross. Like, if you've never tried it, honestly, I have friends who eat meat who eat tofu too. Like, it's not like a weird thing. Like, a bunch of people are like, oh, tofu, disgusting. Really, it's not that bad. I mean, like, of course, if you eat it like raw, it would be disgusting. It's like a square of like firm crap. But I mean, it's good. Like, it's good when you cook it correctly, or if you put it on a salad. When I go get like tacos or like a burrito or something like that, I'll get tofu in it. I'll get it on salads. I'll have it in like stir fries and stuff like that. So my main source of protein, I would definitely say, would be tofu. And also from the fish that I eat, I do get protein from that. And I also eat, well, nuts have a whole lot of protein. So like peanut butter sandwiches and just nuts in general, like eating peanuts, eating cashews, walnuts, whatever. I'll sprinkle those on salads and stuff like that. And I do like eating salad a lot. Like, it's not just like a whole vegetarian type thing. Like, I know a lot of other people who eat salads too, like just to be healthy. And so yeah, kind of getting into the more like my diet type thing. How I stay fit, I guess, is just eating healthy. My family is so freaking healthy, you don't even know. Like, my mom buys a lot of healthy food. I eat crap, of course. Like, I do eat junk food and stuff like that, but not nearly as much as maybe like other households would or have in their house. Like, my brother like eats meat. He's 20, he's in college, he doesn't care what he eats meat, he eats a bunch of junk food and stuff like that. So we have it in the house. It's not like we don't have it in the house. But my dad is mainly vegetarian. Sometimes, since he is like a man, like he's not like 100% vegetarian, because my mom just kind of puts him on that to like make sure his cholesterol is like lower. He doesn't eat meat that much, like maybe on Thanksgiving, like from time to time, or like he'll have like bacon and like a sandwich from time to time, but he really doesn't eat it like every night for dinner. Like, a lot of families, like a lot of American families every night eat meat every single night with their meal, because you're supposed to have like a protein. Like, in the food pyramid it says like have a protein, but like in my family, like, I'll have fish or I'll have tofu. Like, it's really not that hard to like kind of come by. But I would definitely say that having a family who is mostly vegetarian is really helpful for me having that diet as well. And in another family, if the rest of your family eats meat every single night, I cannot even imagine how hard that would be to stay vegetarian. Like, I've had friends who have tried to give it up for Lent and or anything, just like give it up in general and just not eat meat, and they have a really hard time because their parents eat meat. Like, if my parents ate meat, I would probably be eating meat still, honestly. And so that's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just easier with the family that I live with. So it's definitely a lot easier having like, I don't know, having a mom in the house who doesn't like to cook meat that much because she doesn't eat it, and my dad doesn't eat it that much. And really, when my brother's at school, we don't eat it. And when Lindsay was home, we wouldn't really eat it either, because I mean, Lindsay really only likes chicken, and she doesn't really like ground meat, and she only eats like burgers and stuff when she's out at like a burger place. Like, she doesn't necessarily like my mom to cook them for her or like ask for them. Like, really the only meat she would eat was chicken and like occasionally beef. And so definitely we're not like a meat loving family at all. Like, my brother is really the only one who eats it, so that's definitely very helpful. And also, talking about diet, like I said, I don't really have a lot of junk food in my house, so when my friends come over to my house, they're always just like, oh yum, I'm gonna have a rice cake or 3. For my brother, it's summertime right now and he is home, so we do have more junk food, but like really the only junk food that we have is like Cape Cod chips and Oreos and Milanos. I don't know. We don't have bags of like different kinds of Lay's and I don't even know, like Little Debbie cakes and everything like that. And yeah, we don't really keep a lot of that. And my mom loves her produce. She just loves it. What I eat is basically what I just told you, tofu, fish, whatever. Of course I'll have like chips and stuff like that. Also a very, very good source of protein is Greek yogurt. Every day at school I would have a Greek yogurt, and so that would be my protein. And then like for dinner that night, maybe my mom would make a stir fry with tofu in it, or maybe I would have a salad with nuts on it. Like it's really not that hard to just find substitutes. So if you are looking to become vegetarian, it is really not that hard to find substitutions to get your needed protein daily. And so that's basically just what I eat. But as for going vegan, I think that I'm gonna have a couple comments, because putting these types of videos out, you are gonna get, of course, like feedback back, and of course in the comments I want you guys to give me your feedback, whatever. But as for me going vegan, I don't think I would do it, just because it's not like I'm oblivious to the kind of animal cruelty that also goes on with eating dairy products and everything like that, but like I just would rather have it in my diet and be able to get those supplements. And I know there are different ways that you can be completely vegan and get all of your needed supplements, but just like being able to do that would just be so hard for me, and I just would rather not become vegan. And it's nothing against vegans at all, like all hail you, honestly. It is so hard to be vegan, wow. And so I just don't think that I would be able to do it. Yeah, as for vegans and everything like that, I don't think I would ever take that kind of extent with it. But and also kind of like wearing, like I don't wear fur, obviously I don't wear like 100% fur. No, never. I don't even have anything like fur, and if I do, it's not real fur. And if I am wearing a leather jacket, it's not real leather. It's probably from Forever 21. So yeah, but I don't have like real leather anything. So as for like wearing animals, nope, not into that. But getting back into my diet-ish, I definitely do think that, well, even when I was in 5th grade, like I thoroughly remember losing 4 pounds when I just went from going completely just like having a normal diet to being completely vegan. When I did that, then like I remember losing, I think, was it 8? It was either 4 or 8 pounds, like in that range. And so it is, of course, healthier for you. It is better for your diet. Yes, you aren't getting the needed stuff that you need, but there are substitutions for it. So I'm not saying like, oh, you're gonna like die of this, this, and this because you're not getting enough iron or protein or anything. Oh my god, there's so many things that people say like, oh, like not having a normal diet, like it must be so hard. No, it's really not that hard to just substitute it out. Like eggs have a whole lot of protein, and same with like just a bunch of different stuff. Like I'm just saying that you can substitute it. It's really, really not that hard. If you want to become vegetarian, if you want to become vegan, honestly go for it, because you can find substitutions and you will live a healthier life. Like it will benefit you, like you'll feel better. And also, I don't have anything against people who eat it. Of course, I'm around people who eat it all the time. Also, one thing that I am going to touch on with kind of like the deficiencies of not having certain supplements, because I am vegetarian, I am anemic, and so that is basically like I have a lack of red blood cells, and that is from my vegetarianism, which is kind of like the downside to it. I don't get enough iron because I don't eat meat, and so I have to take iron supplements. And yeah, I am very, very extremely anemic, and when you're anemic it can lead to restless leg syndrome, and I also have that. And like I'm sure none of you really know what anemia or restless leg syndrome are. They're not like noticeable like diseases. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so sick, you know, but like it is kind of just a disease, I guess, that I have. Restless leg syndrome, like my legs, I can notice it, especially when I'm like laying on the couch or when I'm trying to sleep at night. You kind of just like get the urge in your legs to move them, and I am 100% positive that my RLS is caused by my anemia, because my anemia is like really, really severe since I have been vegetarian for 6 years. So obviously like 6 years of iron deficiency is going to get to you, and anemia makes you really, really tired, can sometimes make you restless, really, really weak. And so I can literally fall asleep like this, like in a second, like at school. if the lights go off, I put my head down, I'm out. Like, I'm literally out. It does not take me long to fall asleep at night at all. I'm really like tired during the day. Like, that's why I have coffee and tea and stuff, because to wake me up, because I just like, my body is naturally tired, which is kind of annoying, yes, but that is why I take iron supplements. And so it kind of like, it gets better when I'm taking the supplements, but when I forget, it's not. I'm just more tired, I'm more restless. My legs, of course, restless leg syndrome, like my legs are restless. I get really, really tired when I'm working out. I get out of breath easily. And like I just feel weak. Like my body is kind of weaker because I don't have the iron and the protein that people normally would get when they are eating meat. But yeah, like I said, I have the iron supplements, so it's okay. It's not like a something that I could die from, you know. It just makes you like weaker and weaker. So I definitely have to take my iron supplements and everything like that, but that is basically the only downside to my vegetarianism. I just kind of wanted to make this video to answer any questions that you have. Anything else that you have to ask me, you can completely list below and I'll try to respond to as many comments as possible. But yeah, that's basically summarizing it up for this video. Yeah, and so I hope I answered some of your questions that you did have. If you do want to become vegetarian, definitely go for it. If you want to become vegan, definitely go for it, even though I'm not vegan. Or pescatarian, I guess. If you want to become pescatarian, go for it. Also, I wanted to do like this whole no hate thing to people who are eating meat, you know, like I've been saying that throughout the video, like no hate on you if you do eat meat, I really could care less. It is definitely a healthier approach if you are looking to switch up your diet a little bit or even like lose weight. It is going to be like a drastic change in your diet from like going from eating meat to completely not eating it. But if you want to be pescatarian, then that's a little bit easier because you do have fish, so you can eat that if you do like fish, you know. It is going to be hard, it's going to be a challenge, but I promise it'll be worth it. And so if you're looking to like lose weight or cut your cholesterol a little bit, or if you are like borderline diabetic, I would definitely recommend doing it, because my dad was like, he was almost to the point of like being diabetic, do you know what I mean? Now he's like completely fine again and like a normal cholesterol rate and all of that. And so it's definitely a healthier option, and I know that people, it is definitely a touchy subject because people are like, oh, pro meat, pro non-meat, whatever, but I mean, that's just what I eat and what I believe, I guess. I don't know, believe in food. Yeah, that's what I believe. So that basically sums it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and that I answered some of your questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Sorry if you hear my dogs. I was gonna talk about something else. No, I don't remember what it was. My chain hanging to my digger leg.